The sky of the mind. Imagine your mind is like a vast open sky. Thoughts and emotions are like clouds passing through it, sometimes light and fleeting, other times dense and dark. No matter how many clouds appear, the sky remains unchanged in its essence, expansive, serene, and untouched. This imagery symbolizes the core teaching of Buddhism and Zen, learning not to let our minds, with their transient thoughts and emotions, disturb our inner peace. Our minds have the power to create entire worlds through interpretations, judgments, and reactions. However, instead of being prisoners of these mental processes, Buddhist and Zen teachings invite us to observe the mind without identifying with it. We are taught to be the sky, not the clouds, to remain in our natural state of clarity and calm without being swept away by mental turbulence. The Buddha reminds us that suffering does not come from external events, but from how our mind processes them. Zen practice, with its focus on meditation and mindful observation, helps us cultivate a different relationship with our minds. It teaches us to see thoughts as mere passing phenomena, without giving them more power than they truly possess. If the idea of your mind as a serene sky speaks to you, dive deeper into this journey of self-discovery. Subscribe to our channel for more transformative teachings and guided practices. Like this video if it inspired you, and share it with others who might be seeking peace and clarity. Let's create a community of mindfulness and serenity, one breath at a time. Enough talk, let's dive right in. The Zen Master and the Cup of Tea. One morning, a young, restless disciple approached his Zen master, troubled by a mind full of chaotic thoughts and worries. "Master," he said desperately, "my mind is constantly agitated. I cannot find inner peace. My thoughts control me and prevent me from achieving the serenity I seek." The master, with a calm demeanor, invited the disciple to sit with him in the monastery garden. Without a word, he began preparing a pot of tea. The water heated, and the aroma of tea filled the air, creating a tranquil atmosphere. When the water boiled, the master poured tea into a cup already on the table. He continued pouring even after. The cup overflowed, spilling tea onto the table. The disciple, alarmed, exclaimed, "Master, the cup is full. There's no more room for tea." The master stopped pouring and turned to the disciple. "Just like this cup," he said calmly, "your mind is full of thoughts, worries, and anxieties. When your mind is saturated with distractions, there's no space for peace and clarity. To find serenity, you must first learn to empty your mind." The disciple, though initially confused, began to understand the depth of the teaching. The master continued, "If you wish to experience inner peace, you must allow your thoughts to flow without clinging to them or letting them overwhelm you. Only when you create space for calm can you find the tranquility you seek." The story of the two monks and the river. Another powerful Zen story tells of two monks traveling together. They came to a river where they encountered a young woman struggling to cross. Without hesitation, the older monk picked her up, carried her across the river, and set her down on the other side. The monks continued their journey in silence. Hours later, the younger monk, still troubled, finally spoke up. "Master, how could you carry that woman? We are monks. We are not supposed to touch women." The older monk smiled and replied, "I set her down by the river hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" This story teaches us about the weight of our attachments and judgments. Just as the younger monk clung to the incident, we often hold on to thoughts, regrets, and judgments long after they have passed. Letting go is essential for inner peace. The story of the farmer and the horse. A farmer once had a horse that ran away. His neighbors came to console him, saying, "What bad luck?" The farmer replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned with 3 wild horses. The neighbors exclaimed, "What good luck!" The farmer again said, "Maybe." Later, the farmer's son tried to ride one of the wild horses, fell and broke his leg. The neighbors cried, "What bad luck!" The farmer responded, "Maybe." The following day, soldiers came to draft young men into the army, but the son was spared because of his injury. The neighbors said, "What good luck!" The farmer simply said, "Maybe." This story teaches us about the impermanence of life and the futility of labeling events as good or bad. By releasing our judgments, we can find peace in the present moment. The story of the empty boat. A monk was once meditating by a river when an empty boat drifted into him. Initially, he felt anger, but when he realized the boat was empty, his anger dissolved. This story illustrates how much of our suffering comes from projecting our emotions onto others. When we see the emptiness of external triggers, we can remain undisturbed. The story of the bamboo and the oak. In a dense forest, there stood a tall oak tree and a slender bamboo plant. The oak was proud of its strength and size, boasting to the bamboo, "Look how mighty I am. I can withstand the strongest winds and storms. You, on the other hand, are so fragile and weak." The bamboo remained silent, swaying gently in the breeze. One day, a fierce storm swept through the forest. The oak tree, rigid and unyielding, fought against the wind with all its might. But the storm was too strong, and the oak's branches began to crack. Eventually, the tree was uprooted and fell to the ground. The bamboo, however, bent and swayed with the wind. It did not resist the storm, but moved with it, remaining flexible and adaptable. When the storm passed, the bamboo stood tall and unharmed, while the oak lay broken. This story teaches us the power of flexibility and non-resistance. In life, we often face storms, challenges, setbacks, and unexpected changes. Like the oak, we may try to resist them with force, only to feel broken and defeated. But like the bamboo, we can learn to bend, adapt, and flow with life's challenges. By embracing flexibility and letting go of rigidity, we can navigate difficulties with grace and resilience. The practice of mindfulness. Under the master's guidance, the disciple began practicing meditation and mindfulness techniques. Each day, he sat in silence, observing his thoughts like clouds passing through the sky. Over time, he learned to let go of his worries and not let his emotions destabilize him. His once chaotic mind began to find balance and the inner peace he had been searching for. This story of the disciple and the teacup became a vital teaching for everyone in the monastery. They learned that just as a cup must be emptied to receive more tea, the mind must be freed from excess thoughts to find space for peace and serenity. Let's practice guided Zen meditation together. Step 1. Find a quiet space. Choose a quiet, distraction-free place. A corner of your home, a garden, or any space where you feel comfortable and relaxed. Step 2. Sit comfortably. Sit on a cushion, chair, or the floor with your legs crossed. Keep your back straight but not rigid. Rest your hands on your lap or thighs, palms up or down, as feels natural. Relax your shoulders and gently close your eyes. Step 3. Focus on your breath. Bring your attention to your breath. Observe how the air enters through your nose, fills your lungs, and then flows out. Feel the rhythm of your breath as your abdomen or chest rises and falls. Do not try to control your breath. Simply observe its natural flow. Step 4. Observe your thoughts. As you focus on your breath, thoughts, memories, or worries may arise. Do not be alarmed. Observe each thought like a cloud passing through the sky or a leaf floating down a river. If you find yourself caught up in a thought, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Step 5. Visualize calm. Imagine a soft, warm light in the center of your chest. With each breath, this light expands, filling you with peace and clarity. Reflect on how it feels to observe your thoughts without being carried away by them. Step 6. Return to the present. When you're ready to end the meditation, bring your attention back to your body and surroundings. Take a few deep breaths, feeling the air enter and leave your lungs. Slowly open your eyes and take a moment to notice how you feel. After the meditation, take a few minutes to write down your observations and reflections. Consider the following questions. How did you handle your thoughts during the session? What strategies can you use to apply this detachment in your daily routine? How can you maintain serenity and balance amidst life's challenges? Those stories illustrates that a mind saturated with thoughts and worries cannot find inner peace, just as a full cup cannot hold more tea. Buddhist and Zen teachings invite us to practice detachment and mindful observation of our thoughts, allowing our minds to empty themselves of excess and return to their natural state of calm. As we come to the end of this exploration, let us take a moment to reflect on the profound wisdom shared through these stories and practices. The teachings of Buddhism and Zen remind us that peace is not something we need to seek outside ourselves. It is already within us, waiting to be uncovered. Like the vast open sky, our minds are inherently calm and expansive. The clouds of thoughts, emotions, and worries may come and go, but they do not define us. By learning to observe these mental phenomena without attachment, we can return to our natural state of clarity and serenity. The stories we've shared, the overflowing teacup, the two monks and the river, the farmer and the horse, the empty boat and the bamboo and the oak, each carry timeless lessons about detachment, impermanence, flexibility, and the power of perspective. They teach us that much of our suffering comes from clinging to thoughts, judgments, and emotions, rather than letting them flow through us like passing clouds. When we release our grip on these mental constructs, we create space for peace, clarity, and joy. The story of the bamboo and the oak reminds us of the importance of adaptability and non-resistance. Life will inevitably bring storms, challenges, setbacks, and unexpected changes. Like the oak, we may try to resist them with force, only to feel broken and defeated. But like the bamboo, we can learn to bend, adapt, and flow with life's challenges. By embracing flexibility and letting go of rigidity, we can navigate difficulties with grace and resilience. The practice of mindfulness and meditation is not about eliminating thoughts or achieving a state of perfect stillness. It is about cultivating a relationship with our minds that is rooted in awareness and compassion. It is about learning to be the sky, not the clouds, to remain grounded in our true nature, even as life's storms rage around us. As you move forward, carry these teachings with you. When you feel overwhelmed by thoughts or emotions, remember the overflowing teacup and the importance of creating space within your mind. When you find yourself clinging to judgments or regrets, recall the story of the two monks and the river, and let go of what no longer serves you. When life feels uncertain, think of the farmer and the horse and embrace the impermanence of all things. When external events trigger anger or frustration, remember the empty boat and see the emptiness of the triggers. And when faced with challenges, embody the bamboo, bending and flowing with life's storms rather than resisting them. This journey to inner peace is not a destination, but a continuous practice. Each moment of mindfulness, each breath of awareness, brings you closer to the stillness within. Be patient with yourself and celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If these teachings resonated with you, please subscribe to our channel for more insights and practices to help you cultivate peace and clarity. Like this video if it inspired you, and share it with someone who might benefit from these lessons. Together, we can create a community of mindfulness and compassion, supporting one another on the path to inner peace. May your mind be as vast and serene as the sky. May you find peace in every breath, and may your journey be filled with light, love, and wisdom. Until we meet again, take care of yourself and remember, the sky is always within you.